Anybody want to play some pickleball?
Get out of here, this is a tennis court.
No, I'm here to play pickleball and I ain't leaving.
Pickleball is absolutely winning the war with tennis. Hi guys, I'm Eric Claggett. If this video sounds like an endorsement for pickleball over tennis, I assure you that it's not. But some of us need to stop being fools, because pickleball has taken a seat at the table and it has earned it. I am a tennis player through and through, and I have no plans to play pickleball consistently. Although I do play on rare occasions when I'm invited as a social activity, but my loyalty is to tennis because tennis has been so good to me over the course of my life. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. I want to hear from you. Pickleball is winning the war against tennis, but I think in the future that they can both work together peacefully and be on the same team. Pickleball is the #1 growing sport in America and maybe the world. In the last year, I've played pickleball in a remote village in the Philippines. I played pickleball in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and I played pickleball in Medellin, Colombia. So it is growing internationally. What pickleball has going for it is that it's got a very low barrier of entry. It's very easy to get into. Whereas tennis takes a long time to get good, takes a significant investment in equipment, taking lessons, maybe buying a membership to a tennis club. And with pickleball, you can probably play decently on day #1. Tennis, you can't do that. And this makes a lot of sense if you're in your 50s or 60s and want to pick up a sport. You're trying to decide between pickleball and tennis. That age range is where pickleball is really dominating tennis. Another thing pickleball does really well is they play pickup games. I really wish tennis players did a lot more of this. With pickleball, a lot of times you can just show up and you don't have to worry about booking the court, or one person will book the court, but you mix and match, and you might sit out this term, but you play the winner of the court. And the pickleball court is a lot smaller than a tennis court, so it makes it a lot easier to cover the court if you're getting up there in age. In Bangkok, I was playing with this guy, tennis, and he said, right over there used to be some tennis courts. And I said, what happened? He said, well, they tore them out and built that big apartment building right there. And then he said, and over there used to be an awesome tennis club with 5 courts. And I said, what happened? He said, they tore it out and they built an office building. He said, over there used to be another great tennis facility. I said, what happened? You guessed it. They tore it out and they built a big skyscraper. That's an advantage with pickleball courts, is they're so much smaller and they can often be used with temporary nets, temporary lines. But a tennis court, you can't do that. It's a big court, it takes up a lot of real estate, especially in big cities where real estate is really valuable. Tennis doesn't bring in much revenue. And part of this rapid growth of pickleball is because of the COVID-19 pandemic. It was marketed as a safe way to play outside, socially distant. And 2016 was the first time I ever saw pickleball players show up to a court. And there's 4 of them, but they were taking up one of the tennis courts. Flash forward about 2 months and there's 20 pickleballers out there playing at these tennis courts. And that really started to piss off the tennis players because they're taking up several courts. People are showing up and not able to play tennis, and the tennis players are angry. These are tennis courts. Why are you out here playing pickleball? Get out of here, man. And I imagine that was happening all over the country. At the same time, these same pickleballers, some of them were showing up at 6 a.m. in the morning, and there's an apartment building right next to these tennis courts. Pickleball's kind of loud. Whack, whack, whack at 6 a.m. and it's waking up these people in the apartment complexes. And they're coming out and they're angry at the pickleballers. I do think pickleballers have become more socially aware of that, and I don't hear about that happening as often. A lot of tennis clubs have made adjustments by building extra pickleball courts, and it's a good thing, I think, in the long-term future of tennis. You've got more people on your facility now. You've got more people spending money in your pro shop buying pickleballs and pickle paddles. Peter Piper picked up. And there was also a new report that 1 out of 3 pickleballers have tried playing tennis in the past year. So you are actually getting a few crossovers into tennis and pickleball. Obviously you're losing a lot, especially in that senior category that's moving from tennis into pickleball. So because of these reasons, pickleball has made a massive gain on tennis in the last few years. But I think in the long term, it's actually going to help tennis some too, because you've got more people on the tennis facility facilities, and pickleballers seem to have become more aware of the noise that their game produces and have become more aware of not just hogging tennis courts that are made for tennis. Tennis facilities have embraced that by building more courts, resurfacing their courts where they have both tennis courts and pickleball. Guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe and leave a comment in the comment section.